the question that we have for you is: has there been any insights or anything that you see is is misunderstood or? Yes.
Yeah. So many people have a misconception that emotional intelligence just means being nice. It doesn't necessarily mean being nice. You might be very assertive about disagreeing with someone, and because you're confident, because you want the other person to understand your position. So that's a common misconception. Another is that AI is going to make everything outdated, but actually I think the coming of AI means that emotional intelligence will become more important, because AI doesn't have human warmth. It doesn't have the human ability to read nuances. AI can't be a great team member. It can't be a great leader. And those abilities, doing well in those positions, all require emotional intelligence. So I think, paradoxically, as AI becomes more common, emotional intelligence will matter more in promotion, in effectiveness of people, and in personal effectiveness too, your own performance.
Over the years, Katie, how have you been growing your ability to think?
Yeah, so one of my favorite things is if I see something once that I don't understand, I let myself ignore it. If I see it a second time, I'll pay attention, but I might not do anything about it. The third time I notice an idea or a concept or a thing that I'm not aware of, I'm like, right now I need to do some research on that and work out what that is and try and understand that. So a good example of that would be blockchain. So the first time I saw it, I was like, interesting, don't know. Second time, oh, it's come up again. Third time, it's like, right, now I really need to come to terms with what this is talking about. So that for me is the way that I really prompt myself to keep thinking.
Wow. And you mentioned about the people in your world also, the people that push you, the people that support you, the people that motivate you to go to the next level, and by writing the books and, helping their clients also, right? So I'm curious to see how did you, on what criteria did you decide, oh, this person maybe can join to your circle of influence, or that person can join to your circle of influence? And so how do you rank it?
So do you mean in terms of like who I associate with, like in the workplace, like who I would see as being part of my network?
Yes.
Yeah. If they're nice, generally, that's a good thing. Like I don't mess around with people who are a-holes. Like they can just do one. And I think there's enough people out there who are nice that they're the ones to focus your attention on. And I think it's about that kind of that shared respect for one another. So feeling that you really admire and appreciate the work that someone else is doing, and that feeling is reciprocated, certainly on a professional level, that's amazing. That doesn't mean that you have to be peers. So I've got some phenomenal interns at the moment who've come from one of the programs at LSE. They're struggling to get a job at the moment because the market is brutal in the UK. And they're so smart. I'm learning so much from them. Their skills in terms of like more contemporary online research methods, the types of AI tools that they're familiar with, that they've been taught about on their course, they're phenomenal. So like the respect definitely flows both ways there as well. They've got a great skill set, and it's amazing to learn from them in the same way that they're learning from me.
How have you grown your ability to think over the years?
Well, I think in order to think, you need to have quiet. So give yourself permission to take a step back. Don't make any decisions. Really find time to reflect, to understand yourself better, to understand what's going on in the environment, so that you can make decisions. If you're busy all the time, from morning to night, and you don't have time to think, then you cannot think. There is no way that you can think if there's no quiet.
Wow.
And it's very hard. It's very hard. Reflection is very difficult. The first time when you're trying to think about what I want to be, what do I want to do, I think a lot of people struggle, because I remember I struggled. I was like, I don't know what I want to do. I have no idea. But when you get more mature through life experiences, you talk to more people, you start to understand what you're capable of, you grow more confident. I think you need to spend a lot more time thinking and reflecting, so that you can make better and better decisions for yourself, for your family, for the company, as you are climbing the corporate ladder and leadership journey.
Beautiful. Thank you very much for that.
And parents too, no? Parents, as parents, very important.
We talk to the great leaders and great people like you, and we ask the question like, how have you been helping yourself to expand thinking?
For me, I've always, as I mentioned earlier, it's through people. People help me expand my thinking. And by the way, and so does AI. I just treat AI like a person. And so I ask it questions, and I have conversations with it. I can have an hour-long conversation with AI about a topic that I learned from. And I will also do that with a person. I recently was at this camp, and I met the gentleman who was the co-founder of Instagram. And I just, got into a deep conversation with him about a number of things, and I learned so much. So to me, my opportunity for learning and thinking is through people and AI now.
Wow.
But you got to be curious. You've got to ask good questions.
Wow.